When day gives way to night, a silent transformation takes place. The environment changes, and with it, our own thoughts seem to take on a life of their own. Have you ever wondered what happens inside us when darkness sets in? Why, despite being a time of rest, does night often bring with it an emotional weight? The truth is that the night is not only a stage for our fears and uncertainties, but also a unique opportunity to find serenity. The first question that arises is, why do we feel so much fear or anxiety when the day is over? The answer lies in the fact that darkness, contrary to what we imagine, is not related to evil, but to our own perception. And how can we change this perception? By understanding that peace is not outside of us, but rather within, we are able to transform the night into a space for reflection and tranquility. Now imagine that instead of being a time of apprehension, the night can become an ally, bringing us clarity and balance. Calm can be found, even in the darkest hours. Let's discover together how this serenity can become part of our routine. We've all experienced this feeling. The anxiety that appears when we're alone, at the mercy of our own thoughts, and the shadows of the night envelop us. It's as if the darkness amplifies everything around us, our fears, doubts, worries about the future. Have you ever stopped to think why, in moments like these, our mind starts to create distant scenarios and situations that haven't even happened yet? What is this, if not our tendency to let the unknown take on greater proportions than it really has? But what would happen if, instead of fearing the night, we decided to use it as a space for reflection, as a moment to stop, breathe, and listen to what our mind and heart really need to tell us? The truth is that by transforming a night of worry into a point of introspection, we can not only find answers, but also find a cure for what is ailing us. So how can we turn this tension into tranquility? Let's explore together how to turn these restless nights into experiences of self-knowledge and inner peace. First, it is essential to understand something fundamental. Anxiety is not a monster to be defeated. It is not an evil force that needs to be fought with all our energy. In fact, it is more like a shadow, which is present, but which we do not need to fear. We can learn to live with it, to accept it as part of us. When your mind starts racing, when worries start to creep in and take over, it's time to take a step back. Take a deep breath and remember, not every thought needs to be acted upon. Sometimes our minds lead us into a whirlwind of ideas, but we can choose not to get caught up in each one. True strength lies in realizing that we can observe our thoughts without being dominated by them. The first technique I want to share is simple, yet incredibly powerful: controlled breathing. When you feel anxiety coming on, take a break. No matter how intense the feeling, take a moment for yourself. Breathe deeply. Inhale for a count of 4, hold for 4 seconds, then exhale slowly for 6 seconds. Repeat this cycle a few times. By focusing on your breathing, you can stop your mind from wandering and ground yourself in the present moment. It's like a momentary reset, a way to stop the constant flow of thoughts and bring calm to your body and mind. This simple practice can make all the difference, providing a space of calm even in the most turbulent moments. The second step is to change the way you view the dark. Instead of seeing it as a place of fear, try to see it as a place of rest. Imagine that, just as night offers rest to nature, it also offers refuge to your mind. Silence and darkness, far from being threatening, can be moments of renewal and relief. Take comfort in the fact that just as the day always returns, so too do mental storms. Worries and anxieties may seem intense now, but just as daylight dispels the shadows, clarity and tranquility will return. Nighttime is not to be feared, but welcomed as a necessary respite to recharge. Some time ago, I came across a text that said, "The night is not our enemy, but our ally." Over the years, this phrase has stuck with me, and over time, I have come to realize the depth of these words. During the quiet moments of the night, we have the opportunity to hear our thoughts more clearly. Without the hustle and bustle of the day, the mind becomes an open field, and it is in this quiet space that we can begin to better understand our emotions. There is no rush. Darkness teaches us something valuable, the importance of slowing down. She invites us to stop for a moment and look inside, to reflect without external pressures. Sometimes, it is in this silence that we find the answers we seek, and we understand that calm only arises when we allow the mind time to organize itself. Nighttime can feel lonely and uncertain, but in reality, it is a valuable time to reconnect with yourself. By pausing, breathing, and visualizing calm, you begin to realize that even in the darkest shadows, there is always a point of light. This quiet space, far from being an enemy, offers the chance to find balance and clarity. Always remember, anxiety does not define who you are. It is just a passing feeling, something that, with patience and practice, you can learn to let go of. True strength lies in knowing that you have control, and that even in moments of uncertainty, there is always the possibility of finding serenity. So the next time the darkness comes, instead of fearing it, take a deep breath and allow yourself to rest. The peace you seek is already within your reach, waiting to be discovered within you. There is no need to run from your own emotions. Just stop, breathe, and let serenity settle.